Welcome to Serial Keller. I am your host, Steve Keller from Brevard Live Magazine, one of the organizers of the 2021 Space Coast Music Festival. Joining me as always, the serial connoisseur, Mr. E. E? That sounds terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On this episode, not only will you hear about cereal,
You'll hear cereal.
yes, you will also hear from one of those musicians in the area who has been around forever, so knowledgeable, so talented. Tina Eno will be joining us on this episode of Serial Keller. Serial Keller. It's the first time I did that, though.
That's amazing.
Yes, 5 episodes in the bag.
You just got violent, and I don't like it.
And one slip up. But Serial Keller talks to musicians. Who else have we talked to? Venue owners, everybody who's participating in the Space Coast Music Festival, just days away, Saturday, November 6th at Gallie Arts District. We've actually added the pre-party, the pre-festival party. I guess it's not a pre-party, but it's a pre-festival party at Intercoastal Brewing Company. That's going to be happening the Friday before with a lot of bands on the bill that aren't playing on Saturday. So we're up to 96 bands, Mr. E.
That is too many bands.
One would think.
One
would also wonder did you have any idea that there were 96 bands of a local and original music here in Brevard County, and that's not even including everybody. Some people had like a bar mitzvah to go to that day, so they're not even on the bill.
You're telling me you didn't get every single band?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
You didn't promise that either, though, so I'm glad.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
well, it's free. What do you want for free?
It's free?
It's free.
When is it?
We're getting a lot of those questions, actually. I get questions from the website saying, okay, how much?
I wish someone would spit some of these details out once in a while so we knew what was going on.
How much is it? $19.99? $3,000 perhaps? No, it is absolutely free. But bring your wallet, bring your checkbook, bring your ATM card, because although the festival itself is free, there's plenty of vendors and food and drink. The proceeds of this free festival will be going to further local music education here in Brevard County. But again, in this episode, we're going to be speaking with Tina Eno, a great singer-songwriter. She will be part of the Wickham Road Music stage, singer-songwriter stage, presented at the Funky Dog Improv venue as part of the music festival. Everything gets started around 11 a.m. The music goes till about 9:30, and then stick around because there's going to be plenty of places in the Gallie Arts District that are going to have after festival music and festivities. That is actually the day as well, put this on your calendar, that we change our clocks back. So November 6th, you go to bed. I will have passed out by then. I'm guessing around 11:30.
In the morning?
You would think. And then when you wake up, you gain an hour back. So
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is fall, right? Fall back.
Not only do you get a free day of music and entertainment and shopping, but you get a free hour as well.
Look at that.
Time is precious. You can't put a value on that at all. It's free. That's the value.
Well, this episode of Serial Keller brought to you by Hallmark, apparently.
Is a complete mess.
But when we come back, we will speak with Tina Eno. You're listening to Serial Keller. All right, welcome to another episode of Serial Keller. My name is Steve Keller, your host for the program, but also Brevard Live Magazine and one of the organizers of the Space Coast Music Festival. As you can hear, cars, motorcycles, and the such, we are once again in the Gallie Arts District square. In just a couple of weeks, we will transform this area. We'll shut down the road into the 2021 Space Coast Music Festival, happening Saturday, November 6th. Now with the addition of our Friday night pre-party, 96 local and original bands, including my guest today, Tina Eno.
Yay!
Hey Tina, how are you?
Hi Steve, I'm doing great, thank you.
So we're sitting here in the square. You have a lot of memories of this place. How long has it been since you've been in this area, though? In EGAD?
Well, I have, in EGAD, I come down here all the time right now. I just moved back to Florida in April of this year. I was gone for about 2 years in the Carolinas, but I have a history here in EGAD, actually running events for the Merchants Association many years ago, and worked with Link Johnston, who you and I just spoke of, from the Gallie Florist, and It's a beautiful area, and I love it that the Arts District is it's really become what the dream was, because I was here prior to it being named the Arts District, so
Indeed.
this is nice.
Yeah, and we could do a whole nother episode on
We
Link.
could
Maybe
do-
we will, actually, for future episodes about Link and his contributions here. So now we're just weeks away from the music festival.
Right?
You had actually been part of the music festival prior to 2019 with Sue Luley. What are your memories of that? Good, bad, otherwise?
Oh, they were very good. I mean, I was an attendee, let's clarify.
Okay.
I won't take credit in any kind of organizing, but I'd known Sue for so many years, and Jack Link, and so, yeah, that was a beautiful venue where she held the festival before, up in Cocoa,
In
that
Cocoa.
riverfront park.
Yeah.
And in knowing Sue, because she was in the Carolinas near me, I know she's thrilled that you guys have taken this over and are really kind of honing in on the original aspect of things.
Absolutely. It's taking the core ideas of the festival that
Yes.
she cultivated and prospered with, but obviously keeping that true intent to assist with music education.
Right. And developing young artists and giving kids a chance to have opportunities to explore, their own talents and artistry, and have the the instruments to do it. You know what I
I would
mean?
dare say, I'm going to go on record that some of these bands playing at our festival on November 6th probably benefited in one way or the other from Sue's contributions to the school districts some years ago. So let's talk about your participation in the 2021 Music Festival.
Okay.
You're doing a brief set,
A brief set?
compared to what you singer-songwriters, let's not-
You
what you
people.
usually do, which is, couple hours sometimes, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I've had the opportunity to do a few singer-songwriter shows, solo shows, and I love that. I'm thrilled to have any amount of time that I can to do it, because I love writing music and I love performing originals. And you play a lot of venues here on the Space Coast or anywhere, and there is an expectation to do known material that people feel comfortable with and can sing along with, and that's fine. I mean, I love it, and I love a lot of cover songs, and I like. It's neat when people have memories based on a song that's part of their lifetime and their landscape. So that's wonderful. But I think this is a neat opportunity to share stories and to share styles and to maybe even inspire somebody else. I mean, you know what my favorite thing is as a writer? I hate to say this, sounds cruel, but I love to make people cry. Because if I make somebody cry, I realize I got in there. And
right.
I love the art of songwriting, and I love telling a story that it might be your story, but it really is everyone's story. And that's, I think, what I've learned as a songwriter. When I first started writing when I was super young, I would almost be a little bit embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, they'll know the truth about me. They'll know that I did this or that, or I behaved like a fool. But the thing is, people, they take it as their own, because we all have these shared experiences. And I think that's really what I love about music and songwriting and sharing each other's songs. And that stage that I get to be part of has got some wonderful acts. I'm super, super excited.
Yeah, I mean, as are we, because singer-songwriters, a lot of times they'll have gigs booked in advance. So that was, I think, part of this, is getting it out there, making that invitation to participate in the Space Coast Music Festival. And like you said, there's 17 acts, each with about 20 minutes or so of a time. So you can be, and it's air conditioned in there as well. That's my plug for the Funky Dog Improv.
The best stage. So that's really what
Exactly.
that is. It's the air-conditioned stage.
So-
Well, you've got a great lineup on that stage. I know quite a few of the artists that are performing, and actually might collaborate with at least one of them that I know of and get to sing a harmony or two on some of my favorite
Excellent.
songs. So, yeah. We have such a neat community here. That's one of the things I really do love about Brevard County, and the opportunities I've had over the years in different venues that really want to focus on original music and do songwriter rounds and things that I've had the opportunity and privilege to be part of. And I have so much admiration for a lot of the artists that we have here on the Space Coast. So it's and there's not a ton of ego. You know what I mean?
Right.
There is, I think, a big mutual respect among most of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very gratifying thing to be part of it.
Absolutely. We're talking with Tina Eno. You've been back since April.
I have.
And when was the first gig then that you played coming back?
I think I played at the Old Fish House in May when I
Okay.
got back. Yeah. Largely covers, but I love it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
No, because again, even the cover selection, I think more on a singer-songwriter basis, not necessarily on bands, shows something of your personality as well.
Sure
shows
does.
your range, or shows the songs that that you choose to perform. I do want to transition, though, segue into a good friend of ours, Mr. Steve Hodak,
Oh my goodness.
and
yeah.
how he has really built the open mic concept here over the last couple of years.
He takes it to a whole new level
Yeah.
because one thing that he does is, for any of you that do open mics around the county, there are some hosts that will, get you set up and then they run outside and have a cigarette or something, and it's a nice break for them, and I get it. But Steve is extremely attentive, makes sure the sound is good, and he does a Facebook Live of every single open mic, which of course gives great exposure to the venues where he's hosting and to the artists that are performing on his stage. And he has kind of a loyal group of followers that come to his open mics, and what's really interesting as one of those people, because I love to go, and is watching everybody develop over time.
Yeah.
But in addition to all of that, he and Melanie take pictures of everyone and spend a lot of time editing those photos and then sharing them the day after the open mic. So it's almost like Steve's become sort of this marketing firm for local musicians.
Yeah.
And of course, if you all know Steve Hodak, he's probably one of the finest songwriters we have in the county. I mean, there's just nothing like him, and thank God we're good buddies. I met him 13 years ago at Sam's Writers Nights, which we still do once a month. Nolan's Pub up in Cocoa Beach. Every first Monday of every month we have Writers Night. And so that's been a great thing, but that's how I met Steve, and he still helps Sam with that. Steve's just sort of everywhere, really supporting the original music scene in Brevard County. He's synonymous with it, really.
Absolutely. And like you said, a lot of those acts that have come through his open mics that he's been on Facebook, I take that cue and I try to feature in the magazine a lot of those names, and we'll just shout out some. I'm going to be forgetting some, unfortunately, but Mira Mudd.
Oh, Mira. She had her first official gig just the other night, and I went to it, and she's doing great.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Eric Beckwith.
Eric, yeah, Mr. Skylight.
Exactly.
We're all opening for him, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but...
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
But no, what a great, community inside of the community
Well,
itself.
And we're all so different.
Yeah.
And it's all ages too, and it's all inclusive, and I love that part, because I'm definitely farther along in the scene. But I remember when I was Mira's age and playing music and getting started, and just, I know what that's like. And so watching Mira's music hey, Mira even covers one of my songs. Isn't that cool?
That's it.
But, seeing a young girl like that really take off, and she is amazing.
And to have the support of the community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rooting for you. And again, what I love about Steve is that he does use the technology that's out
sure
there.
does.
As much of it as an old school concept as an open mic is, he uses Facebook. He uses...
It's a shame people kind of poo-poo open mics sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they say, well, you're going to get everything at an open mic. You're going to get everything from somebody who is extremely skilled to someone who's just starting. But the thing is, it's a fantastic opportunity. I don't care who you are and what level you are. And especially, like, if I'm developing a new song, if I'm playing in my living room, I can play it 8,000 times in my living room. Who cares? It isn't real until I get on stage and I make that real. The first time airing a new song is always... that's the one. You have to get through that first time to do it, and then each song develops, grows, it gets its own legs. But open mics are a fantastic place to do that, to work on those and get them developed.
Exactly. So we're talking with Tina Eno, one of the performers at the Funky Dog Improv, Wickham Road Music sponsoring the stage at the Space Coast Music Festival. Let's talk about the other stages, though. Again, 96 bands that weekend.
Fantastic.
Do you get a chance to check out more gigs that are band-based, not necessarily just the open mics and your own gigs?
Yeah, definitely. God, who did I see recently? Geez, Steve, you're going to make me remember stuff. I don't know. I go as much as I can, but...
Well, I'll make some suggestions then. There's a band called Best Supporting Actor that I sing and play drums in.
Okay. Oh, I should check that one out.
We'll be playing at the Space Coast Music Festival. I get so busy talking about everybody else that sometimes I forget to plug our own stuff.
Self-plug.
And then you're probably familiar with a band called Dead Serious from the 80s.
Gosh, yeah.
So the lead singer of Dead Serious is now solo, DL Serious, and I play drums in that band as well. So we're actually going to be doing back-to-back sets on one of the side stages, the Island Route Kava stage. 1:35 is DL Serious, 2:15 is Best Supporting Actor. You play at what time? Do you know offhand?
I can't remember. In the afternoon?
I believe so.
Remember?
I think towards the end.
Four-ish? I don't know.
We'll edit in that time.
You know what band I love, and it's not going to be your big, but String Daddy.
Okay.
String Daddy. Oh my goodness, so different, so cool. And they're going to be there, aren't they? String
I
Daddy's
believe they
one of
are. Yeah, this year especially.
I like so many of them.
We have the diversity is there. It's not that it wasn't there in 2019, but I think in 2019 everybody was kind of apprehensive if this was going to work or not. With the success of 2019, plus the fact that there was not much to do at all last year, I think the anticipation for this is off the charts.
Well, I think you have an opportunity to take this really any direction. I think you obviously have a great response going, and you have the musicians who are excited about it and looking forward to participating. But I think when it actually happens, that's really where the rubber meets the road, right? So if the community supports it, and I believe that they will, you have a success, and things take on their own life, just like a song does. A festival takes on its own life too. I mean, and just look at this opportunity we've got in the arts district, where you're having it in a place where artistry is encouraged at every level. So it's the perfect venue, and obviously it's a great time of year to do it, weather-wise, and and you're benefiting the whole community. Just think of what the future is going to be for the people that end up as the end beneficiaries of the money you're raising.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're talking with Tina Eno. We're talking about the Space Coast Music Festival, brought to you by Fleegad Market, Harbor City Local, FM Pizza, Against the Grain Tattoo, and so many other businesses that have stepped up. And again, it's a free event, but exactly, the money that we raise does go towards furthering music education locally. So we're super excited about that. We raised over $13,000 in 2019. We hope to match that at least. If not, kick the doors down as far as raising money for music education. So we have November 6th, but I also want to give you the opportunity. Do you have gigs that you can think of that you'll be coming up after the festival, or where someone can get your music?
On November 7th, I'll be playing in Orlando.
Okay.
At the Spill Wine Bar. I guess it's actually Winter Springs from 4 to 7. And then I don't know if I have any other gigs after that. They come and go.
Yeah.
They come and go. But yeah, I'll do anything. I was in North Carolina singing last week.
There you go. And what about, can people find your music on Spotify?
They can. I'm on all of those streaming channels. Tina Eno. Eno is one spelled backwards, so it's pretty easy to remember. And I have a website, tinaeno.com, and I'm pretty much, you put my name into Google and all kinds of frightening things come up, so you'll find me.
Well, our thanks to Tina Eno for this episode of Serial Keller. Again, you can find out all things Space Coast Music Festival related at www.spacecoastrocks.com, on our Instagram, on our Facebook. And you know what? Bottom line is you're going to have to turn off that computer eventually and make your way down to the Space Coast Music Festival 2 weeks from today as we're taping this, but it's going to be Saturday, November 6th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. 85 bands on the Saturday, the Friday before at Intercoastal Brewing Company with an additional 5 or so bands. So yeah, it's just an amazing event. Our thanks to Tina for joining us today on Serial Keller. We will talk to you the next time with another participant of the festival, a good friend of ours as well, Mr. Frank Rios. So thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. And there you have it. Another interview in the books. Our thanks to Tina Eno, who will be one of the 4,207 bands performing at the Space Coast Music Festival.
That is such a big number. I didn't even understand all of it.
Just kidding. 85 bands set for Saturday, November 6th, including Tina Eno. What was I going to say? I totally blanked here because it's so massive and it's just days away. Happening Saturday, November 6th at the Gallie Arts District. Vendors. We haven't really talked too much about that. We have over 100 vendors. We're going to have food, art, clothing, beverage.
Yoga.
Yeah, but you can't buy yoga.
Well,
you could.
So the yoga is free as well?
The yoga is free, and
Wow.
that should be happening, I believe, around 10 a.m. We had yoga in the park back in 2019. We're set to have that again for this year. Kind of get you all loose and limber before you
You get those innards stretched out, make room. Then you can get like some elephant ears down there, maybe a funnel cake or two, maybe some kind of frozen coffee with whipped cream. Then do some more yoga. See where the night takes you.
On a hot Saturday in November. There you go. Let's do it. But what we haven't, talked about too much is my band's playing. My band's.
Your bands?
Best Supporting Actor going on stage at about 2:15 on the Island Route Cava stage, which is on Highland and St. Clair. A lot of great bands on that bill. And actually before Best Supporting Actor, DL Sirius, which I'm playing drums for. So I will be a busy, busy boy. It remains to be seen if Mr. E... You know what? We could say that you were there.
Yeah,
I'll be so mysterious.
I'll be underneath.
People wouldn't know.
I'll be underneath the ground anyway, so.
Boom.
Boom.
So, Serial Keller, thanks for tuning in today. Again, the Space Coast Music Festival brought to you by Harbor City Local, by Fleegad Market, by FM Pizza, by Against the Grain Tattoo, so many others. All information that you wanted and some that you didn't at www.spacecoastrocks.com. And next week is it. Episode 5 of Serial Keller.
The final episode.
For this, anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna do more.
All right.
We're gonna do more of the stuff that you want to talk about.
Tease the people. Don't promise them anything. Tease them. We may do more.
So yeah, exactly. Our people will talk to their people and see if we can.
They'll have to
figure it out.
subscribe. They'll have to subscribe to your channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to find out if there will be anything beyond 5. But 5 is a good round number to it's not a round number at all. I'm done.
There you go.
I just clocked out.
We will talk to you next time on Serial Keller with our special guest, Frank Rios. Until then, take care.